why I started the Marksmanship Club. When I was a student at UCSD, there were plenty of people I met that were incredibly excited about the idea of going to a range, but there wasn't, a place where you could really go to in order to do that. Um, so there wasn't a marksmanship club. Most people I talked to didn't really understand if you could even go to a gun range without having some sort of special gun permit. They weren't sure if it was something that was easy to do. And there really just needed to be a club like us so that people could be like, okay, if I want to go to a range, I'm just going to go with this group. And they're going to show me, teach me everything I need to know so that way I can try it. There's so many people that I've met at UCSD who also recognize that there needed to be some club, but interestingly enough, they didn't. And that kind of goes into the next thing, which is kind of some of the reasons I think why people did not start a club when there clearly was a really big need for something like us to exist. And this just goes into my personal, um, you know, opinion on gun culture in general, which is that there tends to be this sort of victimhood mentality. There's a couple UCSD graduates I met who were super excited to know that we had started a club. And when I asked them, since you're so interested in firearms, is there a reason why you didn't start a club as well? And overwhelmingly, the response was, I didn't know if it was possible. I asked an administrator and they said it was a bad idea, so I stopped. I felt like there was probably a school rule that prevented us from doing stuff. And the truth is, all of that was entirely wrong. And, I think there's so many gun people tend to have this ideology that, especially in California, we're just so oppressed with all of our gun laws and such. There's nothing we can do. The best course of action to take is to just leave California. But the truth of the matter is that does not do anything. That doesn't help the situation. That doesn't change things. So that victimhood mentality is a really harmful thing, I think, for the firearms community. And I think it also is something that universities really do teach a lot in some of their content and such, which is something I think is extremely harmful for getting people to realize that they do have the capability to stand up and change the status quo as we are currently trying to do. And another important thing to remember is that you are the next generation. You're the ones who are going to be voting. You're the ones who are going to be choosing which officials to elect. You're going to be the ones who are considering different firearms laws and such, and how to be able, basically the future of the country and such. So it's important that we are the ones getting involved and doing stuff rather than just leaving it to someone else.